Hey everyone, Noman My Chomsky here, or Nomsky, um, whatever you want to call me. I'm here. I was really fortunate enough to get a 6-star Jingwon, so just wanted to go through them. This will be the next installment in dusting them off. Um, yeah, I've just sat on them for so long, and I just I don't even know. Uh, this guy used to be the butt of every joke of like, oh yeah, at least he didn't pull Jingwon, and then he got reworked, and then he's serviceable. But getting a 6-star on him, like it would be ridiculous not to at least build him up. And that's what this video is. I'm just going to be building him up with minimal silver, because again, how much silver do I have? It's only less than 10,000 silver, which is wild. But wanted to wanted to get him going, and honestly, just to get myself acclimated with them. Because one thing I love doing is not using the optimizer and building my champs accordingly. So we see that he's an HP champ. So I want to crank out as much HP as I can because notoriously they're not that big of a heavy hitter. So like we want to get as much HP out there as possible because we want him to stick around. But what's his what's his skill tree? Um, so let's go through it. Is A1? He's attacking one enemy and he transfers all debuffs from him to the target. Okay, pretty sweet. A self cleanse. Also has a 50% chance of placing a stun. Okay, all right. His A2? He's attacking all enemies, has a 100% chance when booked of increasing the duration of all debuffs on that enemy by 1 turn. Okay. Also places a block active skills and a block buffs debuff. Oh, okay. So immediately I'm thinking Chimera. Um, if you don't have a Star Sage, the block active skills is pretty sweet and a block buff. So that's 2 debuffs right there. Uh, okay. All right. And then it's a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Okay. A double AoE. The first hit has a 100% chance of removing all buffs. Cool. Second one has a decreased accuracy and a decreased crit damage. Okay. Kind okay. Kind of weird. And then he places a 25% strengthen buff on all of us for 2 turns. This is a 4-turn cooldown. Um, okay. When he first came out, this decreased accuracy and decreased crit damage, that kind of was like a head scratcher, but it makes sense for Chimera because we do need debuffs, and they're supposed to be unique debuffs as well. So this makes sense in Chimera. And then he's got this passive that he's immune to fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, stun, and petrification. Cool. Neat. Um, again, just making sure that he's cleansed, essentially. And then the active effect, which goes to a 4-turn cooldown, is that at the end of each enemy or ally turn, removes all of those previous um, debuffs there from all allies and places a block debuff on allies who've had debuffs removed. So he's not placing a block debuff on everybody, but for those that have had those, he then places a block debuff. So it's very situational, and it's okay. I don't have him mastered, and I don't have his blessing yet. And prior to making this video, I it was like one of those things where it's like, what do I want to do? Do I want to make him a debuffer? I know he's not going to be a nuker necessarily. He's just going to be an annoyance. So, what type of blessing do I want on him? And crushing rend makes sense. You know, dude's going to be attacking. He's got the AoEs, so it's going to be really on everybody that he's going to be ignoring defense. So, okay. We have a level 300 Queen of Hearts. So, he's going to be ignoring 30% defense. Cool. And that's on each hit. So, for Chimera, That would be neat. Uh, that'll bump up his damage, you know? It makes sense. The other idea was Brimstone, which this is on Hell Hades' blessing guide for Jingwon, is to use Brimstone, to which it is a guaranteed debuff. So if you're placing more debuffs, this will be there too. And that can make sense. I was also thinking about Nature's Wrath because it's going to increase more damage for every debuff they place. The problem that I have with this is that when he places his sixth debuff, then this becomes kind of useless, you know, because it's capped. Whereas with cruelty, it's every hit. Um, so, okay. Sorry, I meant crushing rend. Uh, the other one I was thinking about was cruelty, but cruelty doesn't. Yeah, there's a cap there, so it's fine. Um, Crushing rend is the one I was wanting to go about because we're ignoring that much. That's just an impressive amount of defense to ignore. You're basically ignoring a third defense. So that's not. I mean, on those long lasting battles, depending on how we have Jingwan set up, this this is the way that I would go. So, ignoring Hell Hades, not doing Brimstone, and I'm not really bringing Jingwan out to the arena. But if I did, Polymorph would be okay. But still, it's only a 20% chance. I I like things to be as in the hand as possible. So I'm gonna go Crushing Rend, um, because to me that makes the most sense. So mastery wise, because I'm choosing Crushing Rend, I do want to go offensive a little bit. So I'm going to go ideally crit, crit, and then I'm looking at him as a Chimera specialist. So Whirlwind of Death, not so much. Um, so I'm going to lean pretty much into Single Out and Life Drinker, and then Cycle of Violence. I don't foresee an HP nuker doing enough damage. That's 30% of the target's max HP. So I'm not going to go with that. Um, sometimes we need to take things to get us over. So that could be an option because ultimately I'm going to go Helm Smasher because I want to ignore as much defense as I can. But this is also another component of Giant Slayer because remember his A3 is a double AoE hit. So that means we have two chances at this. So, if I'm to bring him in Hydra, I would most likely choose Giant Slayer because of that potential ability. But really for Chimera, I'm going to go Helm Smasher. So I can go this way to Methodical. And then I don't need to do this. Kill Streak's not going to be invoked. And neither is Blood Shield because I'm not going to be killing an enemy. So then on the other side, I'm going to go heavy support because I want to place those debuffs. So accuracy, charge focus, swarm smiter, and on Chimera it's only a +4, but still that's a lot. He's not placing too many buffs out there outside of that strengthen, so I'm not going to do that. But I will use Arcane Celerity because I want to get him going some more. Um, I'm going to choose Bring It Down, and I'm sorry to go back and forth here. I'm going to choose Bring It Down, so I have two options here. I like choosing Lore of Steel on basically all my champs because I like that increase of base stat bonus. And then the 5% cooldown, it's there. I'm not opposed to it. But, that's fine. I have two to mess around with here. and I have another two here. I don't. I wouldn't mind extending my debuffs, so I'll most likely choose Master Hexer, um, and then most likely Sniper. Now, this could be interesting because he is putting Strengthen out there. I would like that to be extended, but and I have those options. I don't know if that's going to be the best course. Spirit Haste doesn't make sense. He's not a reviver, so increasing my speed doesn't make too much sense. You know, I want Master Hexer. Sniper could work because it gives me that 5%. So eh, this is an option, but really, lasting gifts, I want strengthen on me. And this could kind of go into how we build out our champ as well. So it's between sniper and lasting gifts. Now, when I talk about builds here, I I have done three sets here. And again, I don't really have the best silver here. So a lot of this is just stuff that I have laying around that I really don't want to strip from others. So I have a quasi set here, and unfortunately, there we go. Just want to talk about it here. So I have a 459 accuracy here because I want to make him as accurate as I can. His defense is pretty low here at 3,300. So he's gonna have a lot of HP because that's where his damage is modified on. The thing is, he's only got 212 speed. Not not the greatest. And his crit rate is at 50 and his crit damage is at 151. He's not going to be doing that much damage as an HP based champion, as well as not being crit capped or even really that much crit damage. I have him in a triple supersonic set just for the HP and the speed. And then I also have him in a feral set just for more accuracy and speed. Ideally, it'd be awesome to get 9 pieces on him because he's putting out so many debuffs. So this could be an option. I just don't have the best feral set. And additionally, I don't want to take it away from others, you know? So, okay, there's room to grow because nothing's glyphed out. And I would have to switch up the ascension on his boots to speed. And we have flat HP. So not really the best. But as with all my champions, I want to get to the second stage. You know, I want to build out a basic skeleton for my champs and then tinker around of like, hey, does this work? Does this not work? So I have a nine well, at least a 6-piece feral set here. And to go from 80,000 to 88, not bad. A 216 speed. I gained 4 speed, big whoop. I gained a little bit more crit rate and a little bit more, less crit damage, and I gained a little bit more accuracy. Here I put on HP percentage gloves. I'm stripping from Corvus HP percentage, which there could be some room here, and I still maintain the same boots essentially. I just, it's there's still more room to grow, and I think here with that, I'm at 92, 215, 369. It's okay. Uh, One of the stars here is this. It's a triple HP percentage stone skin ring, so that 8%. And I don't have a ring that I could put on them. So this is okay. As a 9-piece feral, I gain more accuracy and speed. And I'm trying to get here because I want more damage. So he could be a better support. I tried a third one here, and you know, a lot faster, a lot more accurate, a lot more HP, decent defense, but I'm basically taking away that element of damage from him in a way because basically he's critting a third of the time, and that's not really a lot, you know? So like, I'm making a sacrifice to have him be a good base hitter in addition to being accurate. And as we get later on in the game, that's what happens. We just need a lot more accuracy. So 469 is nice, but it's not enough. I want more. And we can get more if, I properly glyph things, and spend the resources doing that. Here, I have them in a two-piece protection just for more HP, as well as potentially getting more speed. But you know, this is where we gotta play around with those, and I kind of want to hang on to this to pinpoint because I'm gaining 20 accuracy. That's a lot of accuracy right there. That's 49 with the potential of another roll in there, and then glyph. That's a potential like 59 to like 65 accuracy, and that's basically a banner. And it's only 5 star, so there's the potential there for basically another perception accuracy right there. That's huge. That's kind of hard to give up. So, you know, just having him with the 6 star makes me want to use him. And that's one of the benefits of having all these soul stones around is that we get to dust off the champs that we have been sitting in vaults that may have just been a city, a cursed city, um, you know, champ. And we could bring him up. Like here, I have him in accuracy, and I think that's okay. You know, if I was to look at banners that are HP, I don't really have the greatest, you know, and that's fine. Um, this could get re-rolled, and I would love to have it in speed. So this way, this is just I don't think I need as much accuracy for those stages in Chimera, but I would much rather be more accurate than not. So let's see what happens. I would love to have speed as much as I can, and really that's what I'm going for. Like this could be good. I could get over the 100,000 threshold, but again, I haven't really worked with him yet with Jingwon, and I don't know the accuracy levels off the top of my head. So this is a work in progress. Is ultimately what it is, and that's why it's version 1.0. Um, just waiting for more gear removal days and stuff like that to really kind of fine tune them. But this is just a a quick little dilly on how I'm going to build them out and how I'm going to use them. So please tell me, am I totally off the cuff on this one? Am I just wasting my time? Is that 6 star that I already used on them? Should I have really sold that and potentially get one more a spin on the big bopper of a soul stone? I don't know, but I'm here. I've done what I've done. I can't take it back. So I I have choices ahead of me. So yeah, find me on Twitch, Gnome on my Chomsky, and or leave me a comment and tell me how wrong I am. I appreciate all feedback. All right. See you then. Take care.